Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. How are you? We do anything related to knitting and fiber arts on this channel, whether that be reviews, hauls, styling videos, anything we do on this channel. And today is a different one. I actually have one in the series, but this is the second one. It's going to be another book review. So I initially did a Lark Bayer book review and I really loved doing it. So I just thought it'd be really fun if I reviewed the new Knitting for Olive knitting book. It has been, I think, available in like Danish or different languages for such a long time, but they just recently released it in English. So this is her in its full glory. It is quite like a hefty book. We will get on and talking all about it. I'm going to be giving you like my full review, what I thought about it, if I like all the patterns, whether I think it's worth the money, and just pros and cons. I will not hold back. And at the end of the video, I'm actually going to be doing another giveaway. So thank you again so much for Penguin Random House for allowing me to do this giveaway, sending me this book, and allowing me to send someone else this book. I also just wanted to, announce the winner for the previous video, the Knitivation Stitch Dictionary. Thank you again everyone who entered. The winner will be in the description bar below, just because I want to give it a full weekend. I'm filming this early, so I guess I'll also put it on the screen here. Reach out to me. I'm not going to reach out to you. So if any like weird scammy people come and reach out to you, that is not me. Just reach out, either like DM me on Instagram or email me at typicalbliss@gmail.com and letting me know that this is your username, and we can go from there. So let's get on with this review. But first, I will talk to you about what I'm wearing today. I am wearing the Weekend V-neck Slipover by Petite Knit. I don't know, I'm just feeling like I want to wear a little slipover today, and yeah, just thought I might just slip it on. I mean, what can we say? We can't say much already. She's just so lovely and so beautiful and so freaking warm. Like, I was cold this morning and now I am almost too hot. So I knitted this with one strand Drops Kid Silk Mohair in like their darkest brown, and then one strand of the We Are Knitters Ecolana in their darkest brown shade. But yeah, it's so nice. I wish I could get closer, but my camera is so far away from me. Yeah, so there it is. On to the review. So I have had a couple days to read over this guide, kind of see what it is all about. There was such a huge delay. First when they announced it, and then trying to find it. I had initially went to buy it on Indigo, and they had told me that there was a delay. I think it was like either they said it was going to come out in May, but then they delayed it until October, and eventually they actually just canceled my order. Indigo canceled the order. So I was like, okay, that's totally fine. Let me go see if there's another pre-order somewhere else. There's one on Amazon. I'd been hearing that people had gotten those pre-orders canceled on them. So it is just weird start for the international community, but I feel like maybe that's just what comes with publishing a book elsewhere. Like, there must be some sort of publishing issues, and that's why it's taking them so long to get it out to us. But there was an official release. It should be released by the time this video comes out, even though I saw on their Instagram that they said that there was an earlier release, like September 28th or something, and I was like, okay, when is this book coming out? You need to let me know. I was able to get my hands on one. So if you guys don't know, I talk about Knitting for Olive all the time on this channel. I love their yarns. They have beautiful color selection, beautiful bases as well. I do really like their bases. I have been meaning to do a kind of full yarn review of all their bases, just because, again, we love them so much. I have downloaded a couple patterns. I haven't actually knit any of them, but I have seen them all. They're so beautiful, and I've been waiting for this book to come out. There were some old patterns and new patterns that ended up coming out in their website, so you can just buy, I'm pretty sure, most of the patterns, if not all of them, on their website. I don't know if they're all in English, but I know I was waiting for all of the English ones to come out for a really long time because I was contemplating whether I thought the book was worth it. So this book comes with 20 modern knitting patterns. So this is a comparison of the 52 weeks of socks. You can see it's just slightly smaller, is thicker. So it is quite a big book. It's a soft cover, so it's quite, I like a soft cover. I don't know, sometimes hardcovers like freak me out, but I don't know if I could really bring this out with me. It's not super portable. So I think these are specifically patterns that have been in their web shop for a really long time. So for example, the Waffle Sweater, Olive's Vest, Puff Tee, It's Not a Sweatshirt, all been in the shop already. They've just decided to also include them in this book, which I think is good and bad. Like, it prevented me from wanting to buy those patterns from the web shop so I could get it in the book. But if you already had those patterns, then it's like you already had to pay that much money for this book. If you're getting this book on top of that, it's like you're kind of having to pay extra. I mean, technically it is more worth it to buy the book. So the book is $42 Canadian, $32 US. And so I think each pattern on the website is maybe like $8 or $10. So like essentially if you do the math, you get way more bang for your buck if you just get the full book. As a knitter here, I love to collect them, so we love. Again, usually how most books come out, they just go over like inspiration, who they are, how they came about. They also talk about the yarn that they came out with, and the pictures are all just super beautiful and just show off, oh, like, look at this, look at them. Yeah, so they just talk about the yarn and the sustainability behind their yarn and how they treat their animals. And so about this much of the book is just intro, kind of telling you all about them, giving you a backstory and telling you all about like their yarns, the colors, I guess, and their patterns. And then I guess all of this is just pattern. Okay, so then just goes over basic gauge swatching, suggested needle sizes, washing and blocking, what positive and negative ease mean, just straight on to the patterns. Oh my gosh, I'm blind. I'm literally blind. Oh yeah, so there is a lovely table of contents, has an introduction, and then just patterns, and lovely. Also gives you techniques and just gives you like a brief description of all the techniques and abbreviations. Really straight to the point, gives you like a brief mini introduction and then straight on to all the patterns, so you know this book is just full with patterns. Yeah, I find that there are a lot of books that do like a grand introduction telling you how to knit, what you have to do, thinking that the people who are buying the book are like complete beginners. I don't think this book is that. So if you are a beginner, I don't think that this book is for beginners. I think it's for like fans of Knitting for Olive who love the book, who want to support them and love all their designs. I think if you're going into this book not knowing a lot, it's definitely good to have lots of resources with you in order to pick up a lot of the, I think, techniques. I don't think they really explain too much about it. I am now going to go over all the patterns that are available in this book. So first off is the Color Rain sweater. I will show it right here. It is the first one. Oh my gosh. It is the first one. Oh my gosh. Right away. 8 strands of soft silk mohair. Crazy, absolutely crazy. But it does like a little like ombre effect. It's really beautiful, has a wonderful raglan on like such big needles. I love that it tells you the color that they used and the quantity of their yarn. So like this book is really just all Knitting for Olive. We love that they're able to stick on brand. Right off the bat, I am a little upset that they only included inches. I understand that the US system, they do not use the metric system, so everything is not in centimeters or meters, but instead inches. Most designers will include both, just so that everyone can kind of understand it. But if you're gonna tell me that there's a Canadian price on this, I assume that this book is for also Canadians like me. Just right from the beginning, a little upset. I'm pretty sure that the European books are in the metric system, so thanks for thinking of us Canadians, I guess. Yeah, so like even like with the yarn, it says the yards in ounces instead of like meters per grams. I've never heard of anyone ever use ounces before for giving me like a yarn weight. As well, needle sizes. So all the needle sizes are in US. It's just, I guess, a little annoying that I'm gonna have to convert in my head. If I was making a pattern from this book, I'd probably write in it and fix all of it just so I wasn't confused. Okay, next pattern is the Truffle Sweater. Next pattern is the Truffle Sweater. I'll put it here because I think showing from here is just not cute. It's just a really nice double moss kind of effect, or double seed stitch. Yeah, double moss effect. Again, really thick raglan. You got the 2x2 ribbing on the edges. I think it's knit in heavy merino and soft silk mohair. Alone, you could probably knit this up really fast and just, you know, look really beautiful. Just look, it's really classy. All of these are really, look very nice on the model. There's a lot of photos of the model. She looks very nice. Okay, next one, Knitted Streets of Copenhagen. This one I think is such a cool chunky knit. I would love to be able to knit, but you guys know I want to make my own cabled sweater. I think this gives, I don't even know, but this gives me like loungy, just really comfortable, but I'm so put together. Like I'm gonna whip on this cabled sweater when I'm kind of like out and about, maybe just as like a cover up when it's like cold, and I don't know, just something about it gives me like summer nights kind of in vibe, but close to the water where it's still cold. Me just giving you inspiration. But I think these are on big needles. I again don't know. I'm assuming a US 15 is humongous because it uses heavy merino and soft silk kid mohair. So I guess it's the same as the initial one, but it looks so much bigger and oversized. This is just an example of one of the pages. It looks really nice. The printing is really beautiful, but I haven't knit anything from it, so I can't tell you if it's super clear. I have technically knit one pattern from the Knitting for Olive, and it was the Barbroe's top. I had to undo it because it was too, I was knitting the small size and that small size was too big for me. Like I tried it on, it was ginormous. So I have to go down to the teen size, which like really threw me off because I am not by any means a teen at this point. And I was using the recommended yarn, which is Knitting for Olive, as well as the recommended needle. So I was just a little confusion about that. Next one, Chunky Rib Top. I love this one. I honestly, if we had time, we would knit it. I love the double rib. I love how huge this raglan is. I just think that this is really classy and just really would work with essentially anything in my wardrobe. Again, heavy merino, soft kid silk mohair. Interesting. I honestly would probably just go without the mohair, and I think it would look really nice as well. But I think the pattern looks really simple. Okay, December Hat and Olive Scarf. Also stunning, really basic pieces. I really love that they give you a little bit of variety with a hat and a scarf. I will say the first 4 patterns were all sweaters. And you're going to see a pattern in this book is that a lot of these are sweaters. Nothing wrong with a pullover, but I guess I would have loved maybe like a little bit more of a variety. Don't get me wrong though, a lot of these sweaters are some of their like most classic pieces, so I totally understand the desire. Okay, next up, Waffle Sweater. Okay, this guy, she's beautiful. I'm pretty sure she's just worked with mohair, and I love that they give you kind of like a variation. Even though there's a lot of sweaters, I do like that they give you kind of like a variation, so you can have like a fully mohair sweater, or you can have something that feels really oversized and chunky, or something that is just really classy. Again, I love their waffle stitch. It's really nice. If you did love this, they also have different waffle styles. I'm pretty sure they have a cardigan as well, but it is not in here. So again, just again, the most beautiful pages, beautiful pictures. I feel like it just all comes together so beautifully. Next one, Chrysler top. I love this top. I was gonna buy it. Your girl was gonna buy this pattern. So the fact that it was in this book, I was so happy. It's so cute. I'm pretty sure it's just ribbing. Ooh, they're pure silk. Wow, they just used the pure silk. So this is definitely on my knitting bucket list. Maybe, I guess, for the summertime. But I think it looks so beautiful, and you cannot go wrong with a nice top like this. Okay, next one, Olive's Vest. Again, Olive's Vest. Just a basic slipover. We like it. It's a 2x2 ribbing. It has a really nice saddle shoulder, so we like that. Gives it a boxy fit. Okay, next one, Charles Gray cardigan. Love. Okay, so happy they got a cardigan in here. So this cardigan, so nice, so long. It's so drapey. I think if you have the money and the resources to knit this, it would be such a beautiful cardigan to have in your collection. Again, heavy merino and soft silk mohair. It comes with a really nice tie, I think. That looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. Okay, next, Fennel Sweater. Oh my gosh. I think they really did just want to get me with the double ribbing. So there's lots of like, I guess this might not be double ribbing. Probably a little bit more like 4x4 ribbing, but again, so nice. I think if you really like that look, you already got two patterns here. One's a V-neck, one's mock neck. It's not a sweatshirt. It's one of their classics, I'm pretty sure. It's a basic raglan. It's from their shop. I've seen it for so long. I think it has mohair and it's just the merino. I totally understand why they're using their own yarns. I just feel like there's a lot of the same, just using either the heavy merino or the merino with a mohair to kind of knit your piece together, and then, or for example, the pure silk. I feel like it would have been nice if they did maybe like one strand of the heavy merino for something, or if they did two strands of the cotton merino. Just trying to change up the yarn weight instead of always just matching everything with one mohair. But I know that they are kind of limited. I haven't seen any of the patterns use their compatible cashmere, so I find that that's kind of interesting that they didn't include a pattern for it. Next one is the Carl Johan sweater. I think again it's a very nice pullover. Gives you a nice turtleneck, fold over turtleneck. Oh, I just noticed it doesn't tell you the positive ease. I guess I can't really tell right off the bat. I'm gonna have to do the measurement of my chest minus the measurement of the size to figure that out. Next is the Carl Johan collar. I like that they're adding a collar for you if you like. I just don't love how straight it is. I think I might have wanted it a bit more tapered, but I think that's something that you can easily change yourself. A lot of these patterns are so basic and so versatile that I think they're really easy to customize. For example, if you like the Carl Johan sweater but you don't like the turtleneck, you can always just change it to a mock neck or a crew neck, and you just have so many like fun options to try out. Same with like the chunky cable. You can make it a folded turtleneck or like a folded in kind of just crew neck. I think honestly all of them you could do them for, which is very, very nice. Then we got the Simple and Simple sweater. It's a raglan, so I guess it's slightly different. I will say that it looks very similar to the It's Not a Sweatshirt. So you know, if you're really into wanting to make sure that you have like a lot of different patterns, this might be too similar, but I am someone who doesn't like to knit the same pattern over again, so having like two different sweaters can be a plus. So we appreciate her, and she's probably slightly done differently. Next one is the Natural Lace sweater. I really like this sweater. I think the look of it is really cool. I love the leaf lace motif of it all. And I think it looks just really great on the model herself. I also like that they show you all the different colors and then tell you the different colorways, so that way if you really like this color, you know that you can just get it from the website really easily, versus there are a lot of books that don't tell you the color that they choose of that specific yarn, which I can find a little bit annoying, especially if like you really like the color. Okay, next is the Frederiksberg Beanie, just another basic beanie. They just show you the pearl version, so they're just stating that you can wear it both ways, which I think is actually really versatile and cool. Next is the Darling wrap. I actually bought the late summer wrap, which is super similar to this one, but I think it's stockinette, or this is 2x2 ribbing, but it's just a beautiful wrap, which I guess is very good, handy for breastfeeding, which makes sense, but I think it's very like ballerina-esque. Again, it has that kind of wrap detailing on the body, so I think this one would look beautiful, and it has been on my list of knitting for all of patterns that I would love to make, because it's so just really elegant, I feel, and really feminine. Okay, next one is the Aviaya Sweater. Sorry if I'm butchering like all these names, but I think it's a ribbing sweater that has a really thick saddle shoulder. Again, giving you, ooh, it's in Nordic Beach. Oh, I love Nordic Beach. Okay, never mind. It is in brioche. No, half fisherman's rib. So Again, new technique, which we love to see. And I've never seen this type of brioche neckline before. Next is the puff tee. The puff tee has been actually on my list for probably the beginning of time. I've wanted to knit this one for so long, but I've never been able to decide on a color as well as a mohair that I thought would look or would be perfect for this guy. Again, it's so nice. I love how puffy the sleeves are. It has a saddle shoulder, which I think would look really nice with it fitted. She's just been waiting to be done. Oh, next, the Barbroe Blouse. I think this was what sold me on this book. I had wanted this pattern from the beginning. Initially, they weren't releasing it on the website, and then finally they did, but it was in Danish, so waiting forever for it to come into English, but thankfully they were able to give me an English book. I remember initially when the book came out, they weren't even sure if they were able to come out with English, so like knowing that this pattern might not have been mine was really worrisome. Your girl's really happy that it is out. But yeah, I really want this and I really want the Barbroe top, so those two are kind of on my list as well, but again, more summertime, maybe next year. I still have yet to knit a lot of my summer patterns. And yeah, and then that's it. Lovely. This book again is just full, jam-packed with patterns, which I really appreciate. So this book has 11 sweater patterns, which I feel like is a lot. Like if you compare the fact that they only have 2 cardigans in here, I just feel like it's not a lot of variation. But I understand the desire to make a ton of sweaters. You know, honestly, I would have loved maybe a bit more accessories, maybe like a mitten. I think this book is lovely to add to your collection, especially if you're like an avid knitter and you just want a really nice book. Just has like a ton of patterns for knitting for olive at a great price. I think it's well worth it if you are, you know, kind of someone who knits quite a lot and, you know, really loves knitting for olive, is willing to use a lot of knitting for olive yarn. I think this is the perfect book for you. Again, I don't think that this book is necessarily for beginners or anything like that. It's honestly really stunning and it looks really beautiful just out on display. Yeah, and again, for what you get, for how many patterns are in here, I think is well worth it. Yeah, so my final thoughts on this book. I know I was maybe a little bit critical only because I love Knitting for Olive so much. I wanted this book right away when they released it, so I have had high hopes for it. These are just my thoughts and opinions. They might be different from yours, and that's okay, but if this helped you, then that's all that matters to me. I'm really happy that they published their book and I hope them all well. You know, I hope that they continue to thrive and come out with more stuff. So I will be giving away one of these books. So to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is follow my Instagram, typical_bliss, subscribe to my YouTube channel, just comment on this video telling me which pattern you're most excited to knit first. Again, the winner will be announced in the next video, similar vibes to the other giveaway I did. And yeah, thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and push the notification bell when you want to be notified next. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.